Good morning, New Jersey. Just want to let the guitar solo finish up there. We're all warmed up. Probably better shape than probably the three of us, or at least me.
DJ Donnie D.
With his rose-colored glasses.
Exactly.
Yes. Well, now, actually, I can at least see the screen. I can't. The other glasses, I can't see anything.
Oh, we know that.
Oh, we know that easily. So. Yeah, exactly. It's too small, it's too big. All right. So good morning, New Jersey. Welcome. It's been 2 weeks, I think, is the last time we did the show. So welcome all of our new subscribers here. Hit us up on YouTube if you can. That's where we need your help there. So I think we're at like 760 or something like that. So
come on, get us over 8.
Yeah, let's go. Let's shoot for 800. Let's shoot small here, and then we go for 1,000. That'll certainly help us out here in the long term with it. So, so what's happening, guys? It's been again 2 weeks, and there's been
it's the end of June already. Can you believe it?
Where did that go? Where did that go?
That's all I care about.
Holy cow!
Yeah, I can't this weather. James, look at this. Like
I know. Look at that. Your hair looks good, though. No,
it does. Yeah,
it looks good.
Like there, no matter what, it's just humid.
It could be worse. It could look like this,
That
I'm going for the Kramer look.
I love
that humidity on Sunday was just brutal. Man, it was wicked.
Sunday, like every day, it's like you just get smacked in the face with it when you leave the house. It's terrible. Yesterday was beautiful, though. I mean,
windy though, right?
Albeit windy, yeah. But windy, like, God, when is it gonna? I'm over it.
Over it in summer just started.
She's over it already. It's what's today? The 25th. We're 3 days in the summer.
I'm done.
That's it.
Bring on the pumpkins.
Out.
Bring on pumpkins.
Oh God, you looking for the PSL pumpkin spice latte?
Oh yeah. Not the personal seat license. In case PSL is pumpkin spice latte.
So they don't sell that year round. Like if you go into Starbucks, you can't get it at all.
Nope. I usually stock up on it. And so I ran out recently.
It's surprising that they wouldn't. I mean, I feel like they make anything anybody wants, really.
That's probably their main,
seasonal
every fall. Yeah.
Seasonal draw.
That's their main 1,000-calorie coffee.
I know.
1,000-calorie coffee.
Me personally, I prefer the free coffee at Hampton Inn. Shout out to Hampton Inn in Williamsville here, where I'm currently situated.
How far is that from where you are in the studio?
It's about 15 minutes from the studio, which is great. Williamsville, if you ever come up to the Buffalo Niagara Falls area, it's a great little town just outside Buffalo, north of Buffalo, close to Amherst. So, or if you're ever coming up this way, for our viewers who maybe have high school kids that maybe a kid is looking at Niagara University, Buff State, UB, Canisius. There's a lot of schools up here, Fredonia, you name it. Anyway, so I like this. Good folks here. Of course, I love the free breakfast, free coffee. Boom.
This guy plugging for Hampton Inn.
Exactly. And if Hampton Inn wanted to throw me, like a few extra 1,000 points, that'd be cool too.
Yeah. Actually, you could take a couple free nights. That would be good.
Exactly.
Certainly help your situation out.
Yeah, right. Nice. So anyway, so I am. Why am I up here? I am up here for, of course, filling in for GRZ this week.
Cool.
So doing some, you can catch me if you want to stream it. You can catch it online, WGRZ.com for the 5 and 6 o'clock shows. Also a midday cut-in hit as well, and that's what I'm doing for the week. And then a little trip, excited little side trip on Sunday to Toronto.
Nice.
To go see the Yankee game.
Nice.
That's gonna be so fun.
Yeah, so that should be cool. Never been to Toronto, and to see the Yanks in Toronto would be pretty cool as well.
Isn't it? Don't you have to say Toronto? Like you don't say the tour, right?
Yeah. Like, I don't know. I don't know if I should go to Canada though. So soon after the Edmonton Oilers lost to the Florida Panthers.
Yeah,
Canadians haven't won the Stanley Cup, I think, in 32 years.
Which is crazy.
Right? You know what the score was? I completely forgot the game was on last night.
I don't know, dude. I was passed out after driving and working yesterday. I was asleep by like 9 o'clock.
Wow.
Yeah, Scott was watching it. It was on till like midnight or so, right?
Yeah.
Like, late.
It's still amazing that they're playing hockey on June 24th.
So the hockey season started in October. It was something like a full 6 months, like over 200 days. Like the hockey season never ends.
No, they only really get, August off.
Yeah.
Really at best, July and August. That's it. And then, it kicks in again. because a lot of these guys will go play, overseas and stuff like that.
Right.
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 I mean, a fair amount of them are all from Sweden and Finland. And
Yeah.
when we went, it was funny because when we went to Finland, I don't know, 7, 8 years ago, whatever, you get off the plane at the airport, and in the bar or whatever, they're watching MSG. I'm like, MSG? They're watching the Devils game. Half the guys on the Devils are from Finland. So, at least at the time. So it was just like, whoa, that's a little slice of home. Travel like 6,000 miles, and
there always is. There's always a connection, right?
Always
like no matter where in the world, there's always. We found that out when James was looking for somebody.
Dude,
can you? Too bad you can't do that. Just travel the halls of the Hampton Inn and see if you can find someone from New Jersey.
I'm sure there's.
I mean, you go hit the free breakfast down there. You'll find plenty of people.
That's it.
Right? Yeah.
Maybe you should take your phone later and just say, "Hey, man, I'm from GRZ. Yeah, I'm from Jersey."
Exactly. Well, we have GRZ morning meteorologist, chief meteorologist Patrick Hammer's on right now in the lobby. So they have a few different stations on. So
that's good.
Yeah, I shot Patrick a pic this morning.
Yeah, cool.
I was like, "You're rocking it this morning."
That's it, man. You'll be signing the TV.
Or it'd be funny if somebody was behind me, like, all right, one weather freak is watching another weather guy,
right.
And then doing his show before he's doing more weather the next day.
Exactly.
All right, let's jump into tidbits here. So here's the deal. So today, heat builds back in Jersey, not like the oppressive heat and humidity we had the last few days. So, I think we might touch 90, maybe slightly warmer, 91, as we make our way out today. But the humidity doesn't really come back too much, which is great. So it's a quiet go. High pressure to the south. We don't have like this wicked ridge in place that we did that was jacking things up here. So as we move through the afternoon hours, you can see things are quiet. There's a little bit of rain in the Ohio Valley. Some of that will try and make it up here to Buffalo, but I even think up here, it kind of washes out as it moves towards us. You can see it weakening as the day progresses. That's a warm front. So that's going to bring in the warm air as it moves towards us. Again, quiet in New Jersey. There's that frontal boundary in central and upstate New York into western New York as well. So again, some showers there potentially tonight. I don't think they hold up really up in northern New York State. Here in Jersey, things are quiet, but we do have that batch of rain in Pennsylvania. And I do think that works its way towards us here as we move in towards tomorrow, certainly. So just a heads up on that. We're going to get some rain. We're going to get some storms as we move in towards your Wednesday. Certainly. So timing here, let me show you as we move into later Wednesday. There is that batch. Again, the area of low pressure further north into, New York State in that Finger Lakes region. You can see the low is actually sitting right over the Finger Lakes. So that band of rain moves in our direction. Guidance has pushed it kind of south of Buffalo a little bit, but moving into Pennsylvania in towards northern Jersey, a little bit later probably for Jersey, more like Wednesday night. It looks like this is Wednesday night, but as we head into Wednesday night into Thursday morning, there is that rain, as we slide into, the overnight hours, and we'll see if it, dwindles a little bit. Doesn't look too stormy at this point. And then by Thursday morning, it's out of here. We're looking much, much better. But Wednesday is a hot day in Jersey. So out ahead of that cold front, we're looking at high temperatures in the 90s. So I do think we're going to fire off some storms Wednesday afternoon before the rest of the moisture with the front moves through. Thursday, things clear out. We look much, much better. Thursday, Friday, I think Thursday, Western New York and in towards West Jersey, Pennsylvania is an absolutely gorgeous day. And then we move into Friday, the temps come up a little bit more, still in the 70s to near 80 degrees, but that's another beautiful, beautiful day. And then as we move into the upcoming weekend, things for the most part are pretty quiet as well. We'll see if we get any rain on Saturday, maybe a stray shower trying to fire up. But I think for the most part, things are really, really quiet. We do have a shot of heat, especially for tomorrow. And then those temperatures back off for Thursday, Friday, and then, maybe shooting up towards 90 again on Sunday for the, end of the upcoming weekend. But,
nice.
Typical summertime stuff. No prolonged heat wave this week. Thank goodness.
Yay.
Good.
Yeah, I was a solid 6 days last week. The worst of it was the end, unfortunately, the end of the heat wave. So, when the back end of the heat wave is the worst, you just can't wait to get done with it.
Yeah.
I put up some of the latest regional the observations there from Newark.
Yeah, so Newark's sitting at 74, and those 2-point temperatures in the 50s. scroll up a little bit on that if you can. Slightly. There you go. So those dew points, Newark at 52, that's fantastic. 51 in Central Park. That's the measure of how much moisture is in the air. You've got that northwestern wind. So that's kind of a cool, dry Canadian wind. So to have that this time of year is great. It's a nice reprieve from the blowtorch southwesterly.
Blowtorch. Our buddy Jay Engel. There he is. Jay Engel. This is AC. The rest of that list was more,
more north. Yeah. But Lakehurst, I'm not buying that 65-degree dew point when everybody else is in the 50s.
No, I think that's from yesterday.
Yeah, and then 96 degree
not
temperature.
96 degrees right now.
Not buying that either. But 60s and low to mid 60s, low 70s, and dew points in the 50s. So, my friends, that's pretty good for late June.
Look at Ocean City, 65. That's real nice.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm going to bring up one more real quick because then I got a couple traffic things because I know K-Bear, you got to run at 7:30. We got Wildwood.
A little minion in here. He just waltzed right through.
Oh, nice.
You got to tell him if he comes in, he has to be on the air. He's got.
That's what I said. I said,
come on and say something.
Yeah, exactly. So Wildwood looking great all the way into the Delaware beaches, Dover, Georgetown, all shaping up well. So if you're taking a trip to the south, Salisbury, into Maryland, Wilmington, Newcastle Airport looks fantastic. So the observations are very, very similar. Nice. Current temperatures, mid upper 60s to near 70. Dew point temperatures. These numbers are a little bit higher just because they're a little further south.
Sure.
So
cool.
But nice. Same dynamic, man. Like low humidity, just much more comfortable.
Cool. Nice.
That's great. I'll take it.
Take a little quick trip here this morning. Well, we got a couple of issues here. 22 going west here in Bridgewater, North Adamsville Road. That's out by the mall. Westford Lane out there. We got Route 30. It's just the shoulder closed. It's not going to cause too much of a problem. And 78. Let's see, Glenside Avenue and Berkeley Heights Lane is out there. That could be a problem. Let's take a look at the maps real quick. No, not really. Again, the schools rule the roost here. I hate to say it for the traffic because now that all the schools are out, that's why this map is looking a lot better than it would be if this was September. So this is some sun glare east on 80, getting in between 25 through 30, and again, the Parkway normal nonsense here between 145 and 150. We're going to say the George is probably a solid half hour to 40 minutes. Inbound Lincoln is about 30. Inbound Holland is probably about 30 as well in that neighborhood. 287 north into Route 22 is a little bit slow. The rest of Western Jersey is great. I mean, 80, 206 a little heavy in Andover, and then you still got that full closure going south on 15 in Jefferson out by Berkshire Valley Road. That's long-term construction. Shore areas, fine. I mean, this is the time to go, right? I mean, head out for a run or whatever you want to do. It's just beautiful. Look at this. I mean, it's just unbelievable. Just a little busy here on 42, but that's really about it. I mean, it's definitely quiet out there. And again, this is the best time to kind of travel. It's between now and the end of August, really. Let me bring all of this back here. Let's see. There we go. Oh, what's that? That's weird.
What's what?
Oh, it's like 3 little boxes. There we go.
There we go.
Couldn't figure it out.
So what's up with NJ Transit, man?
Like, overhead wire issues, right?
Why is it breaking down for like 2 weeks now?
Yeah, I was surprised to see that yesterday, after the craziness all last week. I mean, they suspended it yesterday for just a short amount of time. A lot of it's the overhead wire issues, and as always said, right? I mean, traffic and weather always go together. And weather is a big issue with the trains here, at least in New Jersey, because they have those overhead wires.
Yesterday it was windy. Yesterday, I lost power at my house. I know our buddy Jesse G lost power yesterday.
Yeah.
Not too far actually, he's closer to you, Kay. So he lost power as well. So it was winds.
So certainly the wind, but it's really the heat. The heat is the problem. And I'm surprised we haven't seen any signal issues crop up just yet. But that's coming. I'm telling you right now, it's coming. Because the signals are basically like your cell phone. They're computers. You leave your cell phone in the car for like 4 hours and you go out there and try to use it. It's too hot. It just overheats. It shuts off. So the overhead wires, what happens is that they expand to a degree with the heat and they kind of sag. So when it sags down, the arms on the trains or whatever, it doesn't connect all the way. So it's losing power. It has to have a consistent, feed going across.
So, but how do they fix that with all the money that NJ Transit is making now? Like, why hasn't that been fixed? And they're shutting down the entire Northeast corridor. It's like, how do you do that?
At least for these problems that I'm aware of, most of it's inside the tunnel, or it's just outside the tunnel in that stretch there. So some have said, they're trying to put some tension on the wires to try to tighten them up a little bit, but that's probably not the best idea either.
Yeah, I can imagine that might not be.
Yeah, exactly. That thing snaps and you're finished.
Wants to volunteer to grab that thing.
Yeah, right. But that's part of the problem with New Jersey Transit is those overhead wires where Long Island Railroad, Metro North, they're all, for the most part, third rail. So they don't have the issues with the wires going into the tunnel, coming in from Long Island and Queens and whatnot. The subways are all third rail. There's no overhead wires. It's only New Jersey Transit. It's got those wires that go all the way into the city. Now, I'm assuming when they finish this tunnel, whenever that's going to be, that's
tunnel.
But who knows?
Are they working on it?
Well,
they broke ground, but nobody knows if are they doing construction on it? Or?
Yeah, on both sides. They haven't started the actual tunnel itself. I think that's supposed to be breaking ground sometime at the end of the year.
Oh wow!
But it's gonna be, we're probably looking at least another 10 years, 10 years from now before this all gets. And that's providing that, excuse me, everything goes the way it's planned right now. Right. You change administrations, obviously we're losing, Murphy's out next year or beginning of 26. So new governor comes in, things could change.
Right.
Who knows what's going to happen in November. So there's a whole lot of factors that could change this whole thing up, and it could go for the positive too. They could
fast track it or whatever.
Yeah, it could. Yeah, they can just dump more money into it and try to fast track it. Right. So,
right.
I don't know. I just, during the summertime, I always tell anybody ask me about the trains, I say, just give yourself like an extra hour or more, if you can, because you just never know that these things just shut down. Yesterday was the problems there. Then they had an issue on the Atlantic City line, the one line that you think that wouldn't have a problem, that the drawbridge or whatever was up out of Atlantic City.
Yeah.
So,
well, speaking of bridges, I don't know if there's an update or not of the Glimmerglass Bridge, connecting Brielle and Manasquan.
I haven't heard anything.
I haven't heard anything, so I'm assuming it's still out.
Yeah.
That's that's almost a national story because that bridge is on the historic register. It's over 100 years old, and there are opinions on both sides whether you should just build a new one or try and make this work. They can't get parts for it, so they're trying to find period comparable parts that look correct for the bridge as well to fix it. But it's
you can't keep it shut down.
Apparently I heard somebody drove like an overweight concrete truck over it.
It's always someone.
Right. So anyway, but I don't know if that's true or not, but
that's crazy.
So for those who aren't familiar where that is, that's in Belmar, right? It's on 71.
No. It's Manasquan and Brielle, connecting Brielle to Manasquan.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. All right. Manasquan and Brielle.
So I've ridden my paddleboard under that bridge a million times.
Is that Brielle Road? Is that Brielle Road?
Yeah, it's Brielle Road, I think. Yeah.
Yep. That's what it is. Yep.
Yeah.
Sure.
So it gets a lot of traffic in the summertime.
Yeah, sure. No doubt.
Yeah. Right.
That's crazy.
See, where the funding is and how they, go ahead and fix that. Again, with the historical thing, it's a good problem because, you don't want to tear the bridge down, but then when you get in a situation like this, you can't find the parts. I mean, that's what you do.
Exactly.
It's very much similar to a lot of those little bridges that are across the Passaic River in Newark. They're some of them, one of them I think is even open, like it's turned the other way. Like who knows if that thing even works anymore.
No,
I've always said a cool documentary would be all of those bridges along the Passaic River from Newark and North Arlington and Lyndhurst and all those bridges, like the history behind them.
What about those bridges that the Spuyten-Duyvil Bridge when you're coming out of the Harlem River in towards the Hudson? That bridge that swings out like that instead of it doesn't open up, it swings.
Yes, right.
Dude, that bridge is cool. I rode my paddleboard under there too.
Wow.
Yeah, and you got all those little bridges down in South Jersey too, like Wildwood, Cape May, Stone Harbor, go through the wetlands or whatever. Then they hang you for a toll. It's like $1. It's like all of a sudden you come up on this little bridge and it's like some dude in the house saying, "Oh, give me $1." It's like $1 for what? It's like there's nothing here. It's like where'd that come from?
Yeah, I gotta buy a pop.
Exactly.
It's Wawa days. Give me $1.
That's it. Exactly. Yeah. Well, we got a bunch of comments here. I got some interesting ones here. So, well, Alexandra, good morning. Heading to your office in Teaneck. Good morning to her. She's a big fan of the show.
Nice.
Kathy is from South Amboy. I think, Kathy, you're new to the broadcast.
Nice.
Maybe you've been on and I just dialed out like most mornings. So, South Amboy, so good morning to you. Anthony says, hairstyle on point, Christina. So there you go.
Nice.
We've got Tony coming in from Chicago.
Yeah, love it.
Nice. Yeah. All right. So very good. We have my friend Anna here from Homedale. Good morning to you. We've got Cedar Grove. This is Chris. Our buddy Kevin Corey, the one, the only Kevin Corey. He's got to be on the golf course somewhere.
He's a pro golfer now.
There it is. Beautiful day here at Greenbrier.
Yeah, there you go.
Is he like teaching lessons? Can you imagine getting lessons from Kevin Corey on golf? Imagine where that goes. That's a YouTube special right there.
That's awesome.
That's a YouTube special right there. Wow. I would film that in 2 seconds. Let's see. Mary says, good morning from Edison. Let's see here. Carol says, good morning. And I think Chris is talking about hockey, maybe?
Hockey
180 games.
Yeah. 180 games, yeah.
So it was 2-1. That was the final score, I guess, from yesterday. Wow.
Yeah, I don't remember. Crazy. You know, I know up here, I think the Panthers have a decent number of players that either played on the Sabres here in Buffalo or there's some connection. There's a decent connection between the two. So, it was obviously pretty big. Anything hockey related is pretty big news up here. So.
Right.
Yeah.
I would think.
Anything, Kay, because I know you got to run here in a couple minutes. Anything entertainment world here in New Jersey? Anything you got? It's on the radar at all? I mean, I saw The Sopranos 25 years, so I saw that.
Yeah, CBS Sunday Morning, I don't know if you caught it, did a great story. I thought of you guys immediately because they went through and they talked to almost the entire cast, not the entire cast. But, Chase was there and he was talking about the famous ending and how polarizing it was, but he hinted that it was supposed to be his.
He got killed off?
Yeah.
Tony got whacked?
Yeah, because and he said, and he took a pause and he said, it's basically meant to highlight that life is precious. And then it was like,
that's interesting.
And that you can't take life for granted. And I was like, okay, he's dead. I was like, all right, basically confirmed. But he said he never meant for it to be controversial, obviously, and he thought it was pretty straightforward in a way. So like, I don't know. I was like, how do you think that ending is straightforward?
I'm sure people who are watching weren't thinking in the same vein as he is and thinking that life is precious. They were like, damn cable go out. Like what?
Right. Like they even they interviewed oh my gosh, what's his name? Michael Imperioli about it. And he was like, I thought my cable went out. Like when he was watching it.
Oh wow.
He's like, I didn't know about the ending. And he's like, I honestly thought I lost HBO. Like the time. I
lost HBO.
And I was like, this is Michael Imperioli. Like,
Yeah, right.
So
I feel like The Sopranos was for me at least one of the last appointment viewing
for sure
TV shows.
Yeah. Like it was before streaming. Yeah.
It was just something that like Sunday nights you did not want to miss.
Right.
And I think it was either 8 or 9 on Sunday nights, whatever it was.
Yeah.
Truly, must see TV.
Yeah. You wonder how The Sopranos would go if they started today. Like,
it would never fly today. That show would never get made.
Some of the stuff that they talk about, whatever. Yeah, you're canceled in 3 seconds. But even just just like you said, the appointment TV, whatever.
Yeah.
You wonder if it would even have gotten the traction that it did 25 years ago.
Yeah.
It's just an interesting landscape we're in. I mean, and everybody wants everything like right now. So you have to have all 10 episodes like the first season.
Well, that's how they're getting audiences now, is because they're releasing them week by week. So they're like almost forcing you to be appointment watching. But how many people are doing that, like, oh, let me sit down and stream Disney for The Acolyte on Wednesday at exactly not necessarily everybody's doing that.
Right.
So,
right. But also I think it extends the membership too.
Right.
Some people may sign on for a free trial, and if you have 3 seasons already up there, they'll just binge watch it for 7 days and then, dump out of it or whatever. But it was, groundbreaking TV to a degree.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously living here. Oh, geez, this guy's going with the lawnmower. And the fact is, dude, I was at a car show on Sunday, right? The one I sent you the pictures to.
The same Cadillac with lawnmower.
No, not too far from where I was. I should have taken a picture of it. I didn't. It was almost the exact color of that Eldorado that he sticks the lawnmower in, and it was it was in mint condition. I was like, oh boy, if that was for sale, I just have no place to put it. But I was like, oh shoot, look at this, and that's the first thing that hit me. It's the lawnmower in the back, in the trunk.
Oh, that was great. That was a great episode.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
Alvitro. Walnuts was
I'm down here. What do you want to talk about? Get out of here.
Exactly.
And that's to that point, Chase was also saying, like, he wasn't sure if he wanted it to be a dark comedy or a drama.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why there were so many funny moments in the show, because he had this all written and he was kind of going back and forth, and he's like, I'm just gonna leave it in there. It needs to have some levity anyway. So it's funny.
Right. And again, obviously we're living here all our lives for the most part. I mean, we know every location there is.
Yeah, they're still doing tours too.
Really? There's still a tour?
Yeah, there's still people going to each place and doing tours. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. So I saw Aida Turturro out in Montauk actually, like in February. I was having dinner with my mom and my wife, and she's sitting at the table next to us. So she spends most of the year out there. That's her. That's her jam.
That's awesome.
Very nice lady.
You wonder if Chase would ever be open to continuing it on and kind of, either explaining the fate of Tony or whatever. And I mean, obviously he has to be dead because obviously, unfortunately, passed, but so you could never replace that role in any capacity.
Right.
And they've already done the prequel with the Saints of Newark or whatever that movie was. And I don't know how much traction that really got, but if you were to continue it on, let's say, AJ, his son, decides to go that way, or it's like Meadow, gets involved.
Yeah. But it's like, to your point, like how many are left? Like half the cast got whacked. So
well, right.
So really how do you some of the favorites too. So it's like, okay, you have to reestablish and rebuild. And I don't know.
Probably just one of those shows that's it. We don't need anything
greatness,
right? Right.
Exactly.
So speaking of that, I saw his Instagram post. Kevin Costner says, "I'm out."
Yeah,
I'm out.
I'm so bummed about that.
Wow.
Beth Dutton is probably one of the best female characters on television currently. Like, she is, her one-liners that they wrote for her.
Who, Beth Dutton?
Beth Dutton.
Yeah.
She's like a hero. And if you don't know what I'm saying, watch the show and then you'll see what I mean. But I saw that too. I was so bummed.
Yeah, and I think he said, "Oh, I guess he's working on some big movie," and he's like, "I can't pull it off." But I think there's
there's
turmoil, but there's a huge pissing match between him and Taylor Sheridan,
which is a bummer.
So I think that has more to do with it. I'm sure he could have made it work with the movie and the series, if there wasn't that turmoil behind the scenes,
right? Yeah, that's such a great show. So they're obviously gonna have to kill him off, probably, or something.
Well, he's already been shot like 8 times.
Well, there's always some kind of turmoil. You go back in the history of most of modern TV. Just either they have a contract dispute or they think that they're bigger than what they are. I'm not saying Kevin Costner has to prove anything to anybody. He doesn't. Just over the years, something like example just comes to my head is MASH with Henry Blake. McLean Stevenson thought he was bigger. He was a bigger star than what he was at the time. And for the actual show,
MASH is the first thing that came into your head.
Henry Blake.
Yeah.
What next? Barry Williams?
Pretty much, she was a diva.
Exactly. But for the the storyline in the show, it actually worked really well. I mean, it just worked really well. Unfortunately, McLean Stevens' career didn't went the toilet, but because part of it is that they're talking about war, even though it was a comedy to a degree, but war, unfortunately, people die. I mean, that's what it was. A lot of these guys didn't come home, and that was part of the way they wrote them off. But anyway, so real quick, I know you got to run, Kay. So Sherry says, good morning from Point Pleasant. We've got Cheryl here, gorgeous morning in Upper Saddle River. So good morning to you. Remember, subscribe to the show on YouTube. We need a lot of help here, folks. We need some subscribers here. Good morning from Tom's River. Good to see you all. It's Rose Marie. Terry says from South Edison. We have Whiting, New Jersey. Was that Ocean County?
Ocean County,
Whiting? Yeah. Garrett Mountain. There's Sally.
Nice.
Anthony coming in from Diker Heights in Brooklyn. Nice. Pat CG. Morning, everybody. We've got Dawn from Wayne.
Mm-hmm.
Morning to you. Good morning from Neptune. There's Aaron. Let's see. Wish you do this to love the local.
Twice a week.
Twice a week. Okay.
He's like, what's that X?
X?
I'm like,
My husband and I have been rewatching the entire series.
So good.
Talking about The Sopranos.
Yeah.
It's
epic.
It is
so
good. Your Salvatro. Good morning, guys. Salvatro. Jeez. One thing to get this guy going was sending him the text message during the show. It's like, Salvatro.
Are you Jimmy? No, I'm Tommy. Yeah. Hey, get down from there.
What puts it over is him putting the lawnmower in the trunk.
That's great.
Like, after all of that, he ends up taking the lawnmower, right? Brings the guys over.
That episode and the Pine Barrens episode with Chrissy and Walnuts. This is South Jersey.
A lot of people feel the same way. Like they don't even know where the Pine Barrens are.
They don't even think there's a middle New Jersey, central New Jersey.
Exactly.
Yeah, crazy.
Whole different ball game. Yeah. I mean, that's one part of the state I don't think I've ever been is Cumberland, Gloucester. Counties. I don't think I've ever been down that way, like along the Delaware Bay,
like Carney's Point.
I haven't been anywhere near there. I don't know what it's like or whatever. I mean,
I don't think there's too many. I've been. Ava's played soccer down there. A couple tournaments in like deep 609 down there. So it's like
609.
It's like farmland, and then God, I can't remember the name of the town, but it was down there. I think it was Cumberland County.
I think our buddy Brian Donahue did a piece or whatever on the Delaware Bay. I think he did something. I either remember him in a kayak or something. I don't know what he was doing with the wildlife or something like that. So,
Mama Bear laying down the law.
He's like singing and dancing. Right.
Get him on. Bring him on. By the way, your connection looks fantastic.
Does it?
Yeah.
Yay.
Yeah. Absolutely. Yep.
Win for the internet today.
Win for the
That's a +1 today because usually it's not.
Oh my goodness. So let's see if we got any more comments. What is this here? Oh, here's one I think for you. Frank says, morning, G-Man. What caused the winds to be higher than anyone was forecasting? It destroyed my plants.
Yeah. The winds with that strong area of low pressure that was actually up here. So I was driving on the New York State Thruway. They call it the 90 up here, but I was heading from basically Syracuse west to Buffalo. Winds were whipping. I was behind tractor trailers. So the center of that storm was up here, but I think the pressure gradient between that low and the departing area of high pressure, that ridge of high pressure that gave us all that, oppressive heat was tight, and the winds just funneled and ramped up. And as I mentioned before, aside from like tree limb damage, plant damage, things like that, there were outages yesterday, power outages. So I had it at my house, and there were outages elsewhere as well. So so I think the cause was really that tight pressure gradient between the departing ridge of high pressure and that area of low pressure that was centered, really over Syracuse, Binghamton. I drove through it yesterday morning, and it's a little nasty for a few minutes. So
Yeah, no, the a lot of debris all over the place.
Yeah. So my dogs actually got out. The wind blew one of my gates open. So Dumb and Dumber decided to go for a walk around the neighborhood. Like little guy, like 15-pound Chiweenie that constantly punches above his weight, like strut around. And then you got the other knucklehead that's like 80 pounds that'll follow him anywhere. Literally like Dumb and Dumber. And they're running around. And one of my girl's friends saw them in the neighborhood and like got him in the car or whatever, and brought him home or whatever. Wow. So
like twins, Danny DeVito and Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Totally. And the little guy, little Chiweenie, is missing his 2 front teeth because he tries chewing like big boy bones, but he doesn't realize he's like a little dude,
Oh no!
Unbelievable!
Hysterical.
I love it.
Let's see. You got to run, Kay, or
because I hear WWE starting in the kitchen with my
WWE. We should put that on.
They're fighting over ratings that they're putting their Pop-Tarts on. So
nice.
I hear crashing right now and whining.
Oh no!
What about plastic plates?
I have those, but they choose the glass ones, which.
It's jumping off the top rope, jumping off the top of the
camera. Yeah, exactly.
Drop an elbow.
Cage match.
That's it, right? Pop-Tart cage match. There we go. Nice.
All right, friends. On that note.
All right, Kay, we'll see you maybe next week or the week after.
Okay.
Bye. So, G, stay on here for a second. We got a couple here. Okay, so Sin. No, I haven't got the tickets yet for Barry. That's coming up soon. That's coming up soon. What do you think of Dr. Finn's spiral into the bottle?
I think Sin wakes up almost every day and thinks about the next Barry show.
I wouldn't put it past it. Sure. Yeah. I mean, guys,
he
just had a birthday too, not too long ago, like 2 weeks ago or something like that.
Yeah. But is he like 91 now? 93?
93. 93. Jesus. 93. Oh God.
Thank God for Botox and fillers.
Yeah.
I did tell Sin. I did. I just told him about the dog. So thanks to Jen, our kid's good friend. So she, I think, helped wrangle him up and get him back to us. So.
Yeah. Anna says the winds were wicked yesterday. She lost power for about 5 hours. Wow, that's a significant amount of time.
Yeah. I mean, it was cooler yesterday, but it wasn't. You lose power for 5 hours, it starts to get hot. I mean, you had no AC.
Sure, yeah. Sleevy G comes in and says, "Good morning. Here's our buddy Barry from Bloomingdale. Good morning to you. Since his 81. So."
Yeah, I know. I knew he was 81, not 90, but I keep breaking her chops.
90.
She's like, he could be 90. He moves like a champ.
Well, maybe in October, maybe they'll bring Sin on stage to sing with him, like they did.
Exactly.
A couple
she already
people
did the whole meet and greet thing, and
Oh, really?
Yep. She did. Her and my stepmom did a meet and greet. Yeah.
Is there any pictures of this?
I think so. Yeah, they got pictures.
Her and Barry? You got it framed on the wall, a big canvas, big like 16 by 20 canvas of Sin and Bear.
Dude, don't give her any ideas.
Oh, it's coming, dude. It's coming. You're right in your little office too, man. Right, we're gonna put it right above your computer.
You turn around and see like this.
Yeah, she says, of course. Yeah.
Human. Oh, it's Barry.
Would you say a plastic human? Is that what you said? Oh God. Oh, Barry. Yeah, he's definitely had some work done, but
he's had some work done. But look, in all fairness, though, I mean, the guy still moves great. He's 81 years old.
But you know what? His voice doesn't sound any different than it did like 40 years ago.
All those old rockers, dude. It's like I don't even know how the Stones, right?
Oh, how they're like formaldehyde. I mean, like how the hell are they even moving?
Are they fermented? Are they pickled? Like how are those livers still working?
Yeah, I mean, right? Who knows what that's going? But in some ways, these guys they love what they do. Like if they stop doing what they're doing, they're gone.
Yeah.
Like if Barry just decided to retire and stop.
Yeah. So Ronald, I'm here now, up in Buffalo.
Oh, so, okay. Yep. Yeah. So you're on today?
Today, yeah. So I cut in around midday,
Like what time? What time's your first thing? Like lunchtime?
Yeah, like I actually think it's 11 o'clock.
Okay.
And then
but then you're on the full 5?
I'm on the 5. It's a half hour, and then the 6 for a half hour.
It's only a half hour?
Well, there's a 5, a 5:30, a 6, and a 4 o'clock hour. So most Buffalo is an hour at 4 o'clock.
So who does the weather for 4?
They just hired a new meteorologist.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay. I didn't know whether it was something that was just like a lifestyle show that they don't do weather or something like that.
No, they do. Yeah, but it is. That 4 o'clock hour is the closest thing probably to a morning show. It's light 4 o'clock.
Sure.
Coffee.
Yeah.
You got weather, but meteorologists often there's a segment called Mostly Interesting that we join in with Lauren Hall, the anchor. So it's fun. It's a really fun hour.
They still have you on the rooftop or whatever it was.
Yeah, I didn't do the rooftop yesterday. Dan, I think he went up for the 4 and the 5:30, so I didn't have to go up during the 5 or 6.
Oh, nice.
But I like the rooftop. It's cool,
especially this time of the year too.
Oh yeah, beautiful. The view is.
Well, it's so. I mean, speaking of weather, like what was the weather yesterday up there? I mean, how much of a difference in the temperature was it?
There wasn't that much. I mean, we were still upper 70s, pushing 80. No, it was beautiful, super dry, so much better. That breeze was fantastic.
What's the sunset time for you up there?
Oh, it's like 8:30ish or whatever.
That's it, really? I thought it was. I thought it would be a little bit, a little later, closer to like 9 o'clock, since you're further north.
Yeah, it's true.
I mean, it's interesting because places like Seattle and stuff like that.
Minneapolis. Minneapolis. When I was in Minneapolis in June,
it's like 11 o'clock.
Yeah. Hold on here. Let me just grab it quick and easy, dirty right off my phone here. So let's see here. You're right. Sunset 8:58.
Oh, is it? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. But I mean, 8:30. It's you definitely have some light going on.
Sure. Yeah. Tracy says good morning. Go ahead.
Minneapolis. When I was there in June, it was like I feel like there was twilight till like 10 o'clock at night.
Yeah. One of these days, I like to experience that 24-hour cycle sun. See what that's about.
Dude, look at that hair. Holy.
Look at this guy.
Look at that weave.
Where's Tony? Where's Tony for the
Jabron hooked me up, he hooked me up last time. Yeah.
Picture still on the wall.
Yep. Yours too.
Oh, wow. Okay. Yeah. Nice. And I think he had rocks up there too for a while.
Yep. Still there. All 3, I think.
Nice.
Yeah.
We're talking about Pete's Barbershop in Metuchen, New Jersey. Vicky says, good morning. Good morning to you. I know that actually that section of where Tony is there, that like plaza or whatever, they have like some halfway decent acts, like bands and stuff like that play.
Oh, down out there. Yeah.
Friday nights or something like that. Which is kind of
all these towns, like by the train station, they try to revitalize it. I guess they try and grab some of the young millennials that may commute into the city, but don't want to drive or own a home or whatever it is. And so that model, I think, is played out, whether it be in Metuchen, whether it be in Carteret, whether it be in Harrison, anything near the train station, they try to build out.
Yes, totally. I mean, they're just trying to, build a whole lot of that stuff up all at the same time, which is kind of nice.
Right.
Have you done any paddle boarding or anything or?
No, not really. Just been working, so just busy, which is good. Busy's good. So here, there, and everywhere. But speaking of that, we want to throw up a couple sponsors. Before
I'm glad you reminded me. Yeah.
I got to meet my buddy Eric for breakfast here. I don't want to miss my free breakfast.
You already got the free coffee from Hampton Inn.
I need the rest of it.
You need the rest of it. All right, give me a second. Let me put this in.
There we go. Dizzle's going to Google.
No, it's just the background because I'm still dialed out with this stupid thing.
There we go. We are up. All right. So my good buddies, Eastern Architectural Millwork, the exterior division here. So full exteriors to pergolas, to trellises, to outdoor showers, you name it. If you can think it, Eastern can make it, and you will be delighted. So Eastern Architectural Millwork, part of the Eastern family of companies, which includes Eastern Fiberglass, and of course, our affiliation and partnership with Visor Pergola Shade Systems.
Cool. And also we're sponsored by Travels at Darley, wonderful travel program on Amazon Prime, New Jersey PBS. PBS Create, Ovation TV's journey. Go to our website, darlie-newman.com for more information. I think she's out filming, I believe this is season 12 that she's on the road here. A couple different spots. I think I've caught her in here. I think she was back in, I want to say she was in Vegas, but I'm not sure if it was Nevada or it was New Mexico again. Anyway, she also has a podcast as well. Travels with Darlie podcast. You can get that on iHeartRadio, as well as Apple Podcasts or Apple Music, or I'm not really sure exactly how that all works, but I believe it's on Apple platform somewhere. Real cool podcast about traveling. So if you're interested in that, download a few episodes, take that on the road with you. Again, watch Travels with Darlie, great travel program. Does a lot of history as well. Did a real nice little arc of episodes here in New Jersey with Revolutionary War. So it was kind of really nice to get some background history in a lot of these different places that you probably pass on a regular basis, like Monmouth Battlefield and Somerville, Perth Amboy, Morristown. You just don't even think twice about it. You're just trying to either get out of traffic or find parking, whatever. But how much history is just literally outside our back door here in New Jersey, which is really cool. So definitely go to her Instagram page, give her a like, follow, and send her a message and say you watched the show, and she'll get back to you. She's very good about that. So it's darlie-newman.com for more information and travel tips. That's Travels with Darlie. So we thank her so much for joining us on the show, and she's been with me here since the beginning. Since the beginning of time. That's it. I'm gonna let me take this out here quickly. Just take a look at those numbers there. 40 at the George, upper lower, about 45 at the Lincoln, and about 20 at the Holland. So it's a fairly busy Tuesday morning here in the office Tuesday here. So anything else, buddy? I don't know. We're kind of
no. That's it. I gotta get ready to.
You gotta go for your free breakfast. So
get my free breakfast and then start my paying weather job.
There you go. Yeah. So again, please subscribe to the show. Put the like button on YouTube. We're trying to get to 1,000. And also, don't want to forget our friend Cynthia there at the bottle stop in Spring Lake. We're gonna get down there. Trust me. We're trying to piece this together. All of us going in 6 different direction. Yeah.
Exactly.
So we'll figure it out. Anyway, I want to thank her for, being a big fan of the show as well.
Yes, of course.
Or something. I don't know what the hell's going on. dial it out.
All right. On that note.
Yep. Let me get the music. Hang on. That's the most important part of the whole thing. People wait for it. The computer will hopefully. There it is. All right, G. We will see you next time. Good morning, New Jersey. Again, like, subscribe on the YouTube channel.